Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what part of the world you're in. Well, Friday, Independence Day tomorrow, my birthday tomorrow as well. I was born on Independence Day in 1964, so you work out how young I am. Anyway, today I've got this little whiteboard and I want to go through some stuff with you because I've been a busy bunny actually. And what I've done is I'm going to share my screen with you a little bit later, but I've been testing some campaigns, okay, and the results I got have been very interesting. So what I want to do is I've put these campaigns up on the board, okay, and just to show you how I did things, and then and show you the results that I got, and you know, and then maybe you can help me find out what it is I might be doing wrong on one thing and what I might be doing right on the other. So I'm going to present the evidence to you, okay? And then I'm going to let you hopefully come up with a solution. I'm not going to say to a problem because I don't believe it's a problem. I believe it's an interesting situation that's been happening to me over this last week, really. I've just been running this campaign this week. So what I want to do is I want to concentrate on this side of the board first, okay? That's this section here. Now, what I did was I put some advertisements out on Facebook, okay? And those advertisements were attached to my rotator link, and that rotator link rotated 3 landing pages that I had, okay? Now, you know how I set up my landing pages. I like to do, you know, mainly I like to do double opt-in, but I'll get to that in a moment. Now, what happened with these landing pages, obviously they got rotated through my link there. I had 2 video pages, and what I call a text page was just a plain background and just an opt-in box, really. There wasn't much exciting about that. Now, from this campaign that I ran here, I got 723 people opted in on my list, which is not bad, not bad. This is a week, okay? This has taken me a week to do this. I finished it yesterday, this particular campaign. But I also, what I did was I'm now going to go to this side of the board. So I hope you can see this, okay? I did the same advertisements. I put them, still did the same advertisements. And what I did this time is I rotated them through my rotator link. So I had 2 rotator links set up, and I sent one rotator link to one set of landing pages and another rotator link to the other set of landing pages. Now, let me tell you that these pages over here, where I got 723 opt-ins, are exactly the same as these pages, okay? The front end is exactly the same. The only bit that I changed on these was on step 4, you know, when you go into the landing page creator, I changed what happened at that stage. So these ones here, but before I get to that stage, okay, so let me run that through you again, because before I lose my train of thought here, these advertisements are exactly the same. I had lots of advertisements going out. I'm sure some of you have seen them. I also run them through my girlfriend's account, and I also run them through my other Facebook account. So I've got these ads going out on 3 Facebook accounts. I sent them to, and they're identical, okay? They're identical. I sent them to rotator links. I had 3 rotator links in place that were running 9 capture pages, landing pages. These 3 landing pages are identical to these 3 and identical to these 3. So it's all I've really rotated was 3 pages, okay? 3 pages. But I changed something. Now, on this campaign, I got 723 opt-ins over the week. This campaign here, I got 956 opt-ins over the week. And this campaign, I got 2,054 opt-ins over the week. So what did I do different here that I didn't do here? Because you can clearly see that this side of the board, I got a much better opt-in rate. And I think you're going to be surprised at this. Well, first off, what I did was I ran this through the Zukul traffic. Now, I run these two ads here. Both of them got the Zukul traffic plugged into them. So I bought likes and comments. Okay, so I do apologise if I keep going off screen. That might be a good thing, actually. So you ain't got to keep seeing my ugly face. Right, so I bought Facebook likes and comments for this site. So what happened is that this was just plainly going into Facebook groups. This was going into groups, but I was buying Facebook likes and comments through you know, the Zukul traffic tool. So it was clear to me that was boosting my advertisements. Okay, that was boosting. It was giving me that viral, you know, I'd say that semi-viral interaction, because obviously you guys were the ones who went out and done the likes and the comments for me, so I much appreciate that. I mean, if you see one of the videos that I did, I got 1,200 plays on it when it got likes and comments, and over here I barely got 300 views on the same sort of ad that I run up here. Okay, so the likes and the comments obviously made what I believe is quite a big difference. Okay, but now what I want to do is I want to get into the meat of this, right? And I want to come over here first. Now, this one, I sent them. This was a single opt-in. Okay, so what that meant is when they came to these pages, they were added straight to my list. Okay, so we're added straight to my list. I've never done the double opt-in that I normally do. Okay, so I just wanted to test this. So I've got a single opt-in, and because I got 723 people on my list, 96 of those, hopefully you can see this, I'll just move the camera down a bit, 96 of those opted in, which gave me a measly 13% opt-in rate. So needless to say, yesterday evening, that one was scrapped. Okay, I thought there's no point running that process anymore because I've got a 13% opt-in rate. What a load of rubbish. Now, this side, let me give you the numbers. Here, I got this one here, the 2000. I got, bear with me, I've got it written here. I got 603 opt-ins. Okay, now that again was a single opt-in. This was a single opt-in, okay? And I got there, that gives me 29% opt-in rate, which ain't bad. That's not a bad opt-in rate, okay? But that was with a single opt-in. This one, I've done a double opt-in, okay? Watch this. I think this will blow your socks off because I was blown away with this, to be honest. This one, 956 people opted into my list. Obviously, I sent out 956 emails. And on this one, I got, wait for it, 938 people that opened the email. And that gives me a 98, just over 98% opt-in rate. So I don't know. I don't think you have to be a rocket scientist to work out what's good here. Okay. Obviously, this side that's not bad. 13% really. That's not bad for Facebook traffic because that's real cold traffic. Okay. So this one. So I'll just run you through this again. I run my ads. I just put them into Facebook groups using the Facebook Ninja, and then them ads were linked to a rotator link. Them landing pages were linked to a single opt-in, and I got 723 opt-ins. I sent out obviously 723 emails. Got 96 opened them. It's only 96 opened my emails. What's that? 13%, I believe. I'm not quite sure. I'm not that brilliant at maths, but that's what that one was. Now this side, the same advertisements. There's nothing changed here. I used the same pictures, everything, because I didn't want to interfere and say, oh, it was the image. Everything was the same. Every landing page was the same. All I did on step 4 was these landing pages, I left at a single opt-in, and these landing pages, I put them on a double opt-in. So basically what that means is, you know, they come to my landing page, they fill out their name and their email address, and then they click the button to say they want my whatever it is I'm giving them. In this case, it was a video. So they put their name and their email address in, and they were then sent to, instead of getting my video, they're then sent to another page, and that's a thank you page. And basically on that page, I say, you know, thanks very much for letting me have your name and your email. What I need you to do now is to go and check your inbox please make sure that you got my video. If you didn't, let me have your name and your email address again. Okay. Now, these people, nearly 60% of them filled out the second opt-in form. So that meant that the first email that they give me was just a rubbish one that they knew they was not going to open. It's one that they probably set up with Gmail and they use it for just opting into landing pages just to see what they get on the other side, to see if they can learn anything or anything like that. Okay. And so the single opt-in really, you know, gives you a big list. Now, some marketers, I know that some marketers will say, look at that, Jeremy, you got 2,000 people on your list, but 29% opt-in rate. What's the point of having a list full of junk? You know, you're better to build quality rather than quantity. And if you build quality, you'll open this up. Okay, you'll open up your way of earning money. And that's like I keep saying, or my mission is that I want to get you to $500 every single month. Okay. Now, what I'm doing is the campaigns that I'm running. I'm going to let you have the campaigns and let you show so you can have a look at what they are. Okay. But this one here, for me, is definitely the winner. It's definitely the winner in my eyes, is because, yes, I've only got a smaller list of, well, just under half, but I've got an open rate. You know, I sent out 956 emails and 938 of those opened my email. Right, but it doesn't stop there. What I want to do, my girlfriend will probably kill me for this, so I do apologise. I hope she's not going to watch these Hangouts. She doesn't normally, so I'm going to just clear this off. So talk amongst yourselves for a minute while I clean my board off. And I've got the wipes. These wipes are what I clean my computer with, so I'm hoping they're going to work. Look at that. All right, that's that clear. Now I'm going to use one of the tea towels that we have, you know, for cleaning the dishes. But I'll put it in the wash afterwards. Okay. So I hope if Jesse, if you're watching, it wasn't me. It's just somebody that looks like me. Right. So now my board's clean. Now, what happened was, let me just give you a little rundown again. So I'm going to put my campaign like this for you. Hopefully you can see that. So this was campaign 1, 2, and 3. Now remember, these campaigns are the ads that I was running were all identical. The landing pages were all identical. So the person coming to the page would not see any difference whatsoever. All I did was change the opt-in settings on you know, when you make the landing page, you get to step 4, and it's the opt-in settings that I changed. So the success URL for this one over here, so I'm just going to write these down again. So for this one over here, where was we? We got 2,054 opt-ins. Now they was on a single opt-in, right? This one, the one in the middle, which was, so that gave me a 29% open rate of my emails. You know, I sent out an email, sent out that many emails, 29% opened the emails. This one here, number 2, where is it? We got 956, and that got me, and this was a double opt-in. Double opt-in, and that got me a 98% open rate. And then this one over here got me 723 and got me a 13% open rate. Okay, but it doesn't stop there. What else happened with this? Okay, because this is what it's all about. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here like this so that we can see, and I'm going to get another coloured pen. 13 people, or 13% of these people opened my email. Inside that email, there's a link for them to click to go and watch a video. How many of these people went and watched the video? 0%. They got my email, they opened my email, and they never clicked the link inside it. What a waste of time that campaign was. This campaign, those people that actually opened, that 29% that opened that email, Well, this was quite a good one. This was almost 80% of those people clicked the link inside the email. Okay. These people that got my email, that's 98% open rate. How many of those people opened my email? Well, 98% opened it. How many of them clicked on the link inside the email? Was 100% of the people clicked on the link. Okay, 100% of those 98% opened my email and clicked and watched my first video. Now, so this was, I don't know whether you can see this. So this is vid 1, I'm calling that. Okay, so this one really is a complete washout. Okay, so this list here, I just well give that to somebody, because it's not even going to be worth my effort trying to send them. I mean, I will send them some stuff to try and engage them and give them some free stuff and all that sort of thing. But I don't hold much on that list over there. That one, I just think I'm gonna file that in the bin. Now, this one, the first email. Now, you've seen this email, because a lot of you have actually commented on the email, and some of you people are in these two lists. Now, I put some adverts out saying about the 500 Club, blah blah blah, and saying I wanted to get to people to 500 Club. Obviously, some of the Zukul members opted in on this. Now, it could be that it was that Zukul members are over here. I can't remember. You would know whether you went through a single opt-in or through a double opt-in. Now, some of you would be on these lists. So you saw my first video. Okay. So what I did then was I got the programmers to run me a little algorithm, and I thought what I don't want to do is to confuse matters. Is I don't want to send the second video, this video 2 that I've got, to anybody that's already a member of Zukul. Okay, so I asked the programmers, I said, just run that little algorithm, let's segment them people there, because I want to test this. Okay, and it wouldn't be fair to test it on people that are already a member of Zukul. So what I did then was I sent this second email out. Okay, now this was about 3 days later. Okay, now Ron will tell you that these campaigns, I told Ron about this campaign, and I said to him what a disaster that campaign was. So I had to rethink the whole strategy and think what I was doing wrong. But rather than think starting from scratch, I wanted to lay this out different. Okay, so as I say, I bought with this, I bought Zukul traffic. So I bought Facebook likes and the comments on these two, this one and this one. This one I didn't do anything. I just put them into Facebook. Now, you know yourself, if you're a member of any of the groups and you go in the groups, just go and have a look after this hangout. You go into the groups and roll down, and you'll see post after post after post after post. No interaction whatsoever. Be truthful to yourself. Do you take any notice of any of that stuff? Because I personally don't, and I go into these groups. I like to, I do a bit of manual posting as well. I like to do manual posting. I also use the Facebook Ninja Pro to post out as well. But I do a combination of both. But what I do is, because I've got this, we've got this tool now that you can buy Facebook likes and comments. As soon as in that notification you get on Facebook, that little globe, I think it is, in the top right hand corner, you get numbers. It says 99 plus. You get all this interaction going on there. Some people ignore that. Well, I don't. I open that, and I don't go and look and click on other people's ads that's there, unless there's something that sort of catches my eye, like a nice picture or something like that. I go, well, let me see what this guy's doing. So I do go over and look at that sort of stuff. But if anybody's made a comment on my posts, what I've been doing is I've got myself a little message, and I go straight over to them and I send them a personal message. Now, obviously, I'm not doing it to people that are already members of Facebook. Already members of Zukul. There's not much point me getting into interaction and trying to sell you a membership of Zukul when you've already got one. So what I do is I go and have a look at these people, and go over to their profile. Now, I'm not talking big number, because you remember here, you've seen my the likes and comments that I've been buying. I've been buying tens and tens and tens and tens. You know, at the moment I've got about 20 jobs in there. You know, so I really like it because it gives me them comments. Now, what's been happening is yourselves, you know, the members of Zukul have been making likes and comments, maybe 10. But if you look at some of my posts, I've got 80 interactions. And some of these people are friends of yours, connections of yours who connected with you and seen that you've gone and said, fantastic post and liked it. They want to know what it is. So they've just left a little message, or they've left a little like. So I've then interacted with those people, and I've gone over and I've sent them a private message, said, look, I noticed you did a little like or a comment on my post. I really do appreciate it. If you'd like to find out any more information, you know, don't hesitate to ask me. I don't just bang and send them a link, you know, just don't hesitate to ask me. And if you are thinking, you know, if you're already working online and you need a little bit of help in getting a bit of traffic, or you need a little bit of advice on how to set up your landing pages or anything, you know, ping me back and I'll be glad to help you. No selling involved. Now, Shane, I'm going to give my applause to Shane, because what Shane did, he didn't know that my girlfriend Jessie, she does a bit of promoting on her Facebook, and Shane connected with her. Shane sent her, and very clever. I'm hoping that Shane did this deliberately. Okay. Now, what Shane did was he connected with Jessie, because I think she might have liked a post or something like that of his through the Zukul traffic tour, whatever, and he didn't realise maybe that she's already a Zukul member. So, but what he did, he sent her 2 books. 3 books. He said, you can download these. You haven't got to put your name, your email address in or nothing. He never said anything along those lines. He said, there's 2 books that you can download, motivational books, you know, these ebooks. And I think they were recordings, because she sent me them. And the first one, you could go and listen to this audio book that was about, I think it's about an hour long. Okay. And it's all about motivational and you know, and how to, you know, what do you call it? I can't think of the words, improving yourself, self-improvement. Okay. So the second book, she said, oh, that was quite good, that book. Did you, that audio, did you listen to it? And I said, no, I haven't yet, but I will, because she listened to it. And then I said to her, as she was going out the door this evening, I said to her, did you look at that other book that Shane sent you? She said, no. She said, it was quite funny, actually. I said, why is that? She said, well, I sent him a message saying that I clicked on the link, but it says I need a password to download the book. So she said, Shane, you've sent me this and there's no password. And lo and behold, what did Shane do? He sent back his rotator link, you know, to get her to opt into his list so that she could get access to this book. Fantastic. I think if Shane, if you did that deliberately, I think that was such an amazing way to get people to want to opt into your list. You know, my girlfriend, she asked Shane for the password. And what did he do? Send her an opt-in page. So fantastic. So Shane, if you're watching this, congratulations, sir. Well done. Keep it up. Keep it up. Right. So I'm getting sidetracked. I don't want to ramble. Okay. Right. So I've segmented the list. So I've taken the Zukul members off, and then I send them video 2. What happened in video 2? These people here, this number, out of this 29%, these people, 80% opened the email. Now, admittedly, that could have been some of the Zukul members. So taking the Zukul members out, this number, where is it? This number dropped down to 23% of the people still opened the email address thing. So out of that 29%, 23% now have opened that, 23% of that. So it's not bad. See, 80% opened you click the link, you know, I'm talking about not open the email, sorry. This is open the email, and this is click the link inside the email. Inside the email, you know, I give a video and say, click this link, bang, go there, and it tracks it. So the first video, 80%, 100% of the people that opened. The second video, 23% opened after I sent out this 29, these 29% that opened the email, 23%, I hope you're following along with this, so I'm going to lose me as well. 23% then clicked on the second link. What happened here? Remember, single opt-in, double opt-in. Look at the quality already, okay? How many of these people do you think opened my next video? 100% of the people opened my next video. Four sales, 0 sales. How many sales here? 0 sales. Now, I don't know whether you have to be a rocket scientist or anything like that, but clearly to me is this. I'm going to tilt the camera. This is the path you want to be going. Now, this is the exact same path, because I wanted to test this. This is the exact same path that we've got when you go over to Zukul blog, okay? And you go to, so it's blog.zukul.com. That's the exact same path that we've got that first bit of training in, okay? And that is basically doing a double opt-in. Well, first off, advertising somewhere. At the moment, we're doing free advertising. We're using Facebook, okay? So remember, 4 sales in a week, okay? 4 sales. What I sold here was the Facebook Ninja. 4 people bought the Facebook Ninja, okay? Now, I've adjusted this sales funnel because I'm going to split test some more. But I'm going to show you it in a minute, and I'm going to give you access to it, okay? You're going to get access to this. Obviously, Zukul members, it's not much good to anybody that's not a Zukul member, because this is all about the tools that are inside Zukul and how to use your tools and get the best out of them and get you to that $500 a month. Now, 4 sales, okay? Now, let me just go, because I'm getting excited here. So I'm going to calm myself down. So I just want to recap, okay? Here was buying Facebook likes and traffic. You know, that's the likes and the comments from the Facebook. And I'm only buying 10, and it costs, I think it's 70 cents. 77 cents. So it's cost me 70 cents for every 10. And I think the most I bought was, let's say I bought 100, okay? $7. $7 got me 4 sales. You know, come on, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. This side here, I never bought any interaction. But look what I got. It sort of lost up here, didn't it? You know, it died dead in the water. It doesn't matter what I'm going to do. If these people are not going to open my first email, you know, that first one with the video in it, then I got no chance, have I? What's the point of trying to labour, flog a dead horse, I think they say. So that was blown out the water. And I was telling Ron, I couldn't believe how this sort of just died. Okay. And then Ron sort of made a joke with me, and he said, "Oh, so it's not only us that get problems and whatnot, but believe me, we all get our problems, and it's how you deal with that. You mustn't be afraid, you know, because I know a lot of people. I've seen a lot of marketers. What they do is they run this campaign. Okay, they don't know their numbers, because if you don't know your numbers, okay, then you're just going to lose money hand over fist. So what a lot of marketers do, they'll run a campaign like this on Facebook or wherever. They believe it's working all right, because what they believe they're doing, they believe because they're spending loads of time putting loads of ads out and they're active and they're making it, I've got to make money, I'm doing something. But that's not what it's about. You know, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And it's, you know, it's the old saying goes, it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's this here. You've got to be prepared to say, you know what, I've got that wrong, and stop. Don't waste your time. But what a lot of marketers do, they do this on Facebook, they do it on Google Plus, they do it all that, and then they see an advertisement to buy some cheap traffic, and they think, I'll spend $20 on it. And yet, it don't matter if you spent $1 million on it. It's not going to get you anywhere, is it? That type of campaign. If you can't get anything with cold traffic, then forget it, you know, forget it. Cold traffic is your tester. This is, if you can get opt-ins on this side when it's real cold, and you can get sales when it's real cold, you're on a winner. Okay, all you need to do then is step that up, step it up, you know, roll it up. Don't put all the money down the pub. You know, put a bit of money back into advertising. That's what you want to do. Step it up slowly, roll it out. So this campaign, don't be afraid to stop, and don't be afraid to admit you've got it wrong. Don't be afraid to fail. You know, my father said to me once, and I had a, I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but I lost my 18-year-old son a few years back now. His life was taken from us, and my world just sort of fell apart. Okay, I never thought that I would recover from it, to be honest. You know, you expect to bury your parents and your grandparents, but you don't expect to bury your children. So I hit a real low inside in my life, and you can't believe that where you go to, but you come back. You come back. Doesn't matter what's happened in your life in the past. You know, life is for the living. It's about now. It's about what you're going to create for yourself in the future. And I get people send me messages saying, "Oh, Jeremy, it's all right for you." I had a guy the other day, okay, that wants to do some work with me, and he's got an idea that he wants to run inside Zukul. And I said, "Look, I can't put anything into Zukul unless you prove that it works." He said, "Well, can you find me some clients for it to work on?" I said, "No, you've got to do it." He said, "Well, I'm not as good as you. I don't know how to do it." I was a plumber. You know, I went to went to what we call a council school. You know, my dad worked as a milkman. You know, he had and as a cleaner at night. You know, I never went to university or anything like that. I've not got. I'm just the same as you. I'm just flesh and bone, the same as you. You cut me, I bleed the same as you. You know, and this is what. If it doesn't matter where you are in your business or what's happening in your life, whether you're in debt, or whether you know your wife's walked out and your girlfriend's walked out and your husband's walked out and or you've lost a close relative. You know, yes, it's not easy, but you have to move on. You have to move on. You have to do something different. If you carry on doing the same thing today, what you did yesterday, then tomorrow you're going to have exactly the same as what you've got now. Now, if I would have carried on with this and carried on doing that, then would I have got any sales? Of course I wouldn't have got any sales, because I wasn't prepared to change. I wasn't prepared to do something different. So what you have to do is you have to say to yourself, you know, this thing over here, I'm going to erase it forever. It's no longer in my life. That's gone. And that's what marketing's about. Marketing's about you changing what you get wrong. Doesn't matter if you get it wrong. I changed, I made this change, got me 4 sales. Now what I want to do is I want to take you over to, I'm gonna go and sit down because I'm standing in front of the whiteboard, and I'm going to share my screen with you. So I'll start sharing that now. Let's minimize that. Right, so hopefully you've got my screen. So here's my little campaign that I put together. Now, I've been talking to Ron today. Basically, what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to give you all the HTML code so you can import this into your own blog. So I'll make a page like that. Where are we? I'll have to go over here. Bear with me. I should have been prepared. Down over to a Zukul blog. Right, so when you come up to the Zukul blog, you've got the 500 club here and the FB money. Now, this first thing that I'm running you through here. Now, I know some of you are getting to grips with this, which is fantastic, but this is a process that you need to go through. Okay, you need to go through this process because I want to make sure that you understand rotator links, landing pages, double opt-ins, thank you pages. And all that sort of stuff, okay? So this is there for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a page similar to this, but I'm going to make it a little bit easier than this, okay? I'm just going to give you, there'll be a link that you click on. You'll be able to download the HTML code, and whether it be myself or whether Ron will help me, I'm not sure. We'll make some videos and tell you how to set that page up, this funnel up, okay? Now, basically what this funnel does, let me show you what it is. Now, this idea that I've got here is not my idea, okay? I know a marketer that run a similar thing to this a very long time ago, and I remembered it, and I thought, well, let me try that. Let me try that approach. What he's done. So I've more or less copied this guru, my mentor that teaches, that's mentored me for a long time now, and that I have the utmost respect for. Is he did this in his early days back in 2010, and I remembered it, and I thought, I'm going to try that. So I couldn't obviously find it online, but I remembered it quite well, so I re-put it together from memory. Now, basically, what this is the advertisements is saying to people, do you want to get to $500 a month, which some of you would have opted into that list. I then sent you a first email, and I drew some aeroplanes on the wall and said, if you're not prepared, you're going to get on the wrong aeroplane, then, it's not going to work. You've got to be prepared to do what I'm asking you to do. So what I was doing in that first email that I sent out, and that first video, is you're pre-framing people that they have to follow your instructions, enable for them to get where they want to be. Okay, which is obvious. If you're learning to drive, and the driving instructor tells you, he bangs on the dashboard and says, when I bang on the dashboard, I'd like you to do an emergency stop. And if you don't do an emergency stop, you fail your test. So you have to follow instructions. When you drive your car down the road or the highway or whatever it is, and all the cars are going in one direction, if you go against the crowd, then you're going to crash. Now, this let me tell you the approach with this little sales funnel, if you like. Now, basically, this first video, I'm going to tell people, and what I tell them, what I show them in these videos, is what I do in my own business. Okay, and I've adapted it for the Facebook Ninja, but I've got another version for this that I'm going to let you have that sells another product that's nothing to do with Zukul, which brings me in some good sales. So I'm going to give you that as well. Okay, but first off, I want to get you doing with the with Zukul. Okay, and then what I've done as well is I've set up another account with zero in it, not a Zukul one, but on this other website that I'm going to teach you how to use and teach you how to get money through it. I've set up an account that's got zero in it, and we're going to start together from scratch, zero money, and we're going to build it together. You're going to build yours, and I'm going to build mine. We're going to do it live. Anyway, let me get back to this one. So basically here, I'm telling them that, if they went in this introduction video, I'm telling them about the $500 club cash machine. And I basically say, if you follow my process, I'm going to show you how to find a product and sell that product. So in this video here, I tell them how to set up an account with a particular website, which you're obviously going to know, it's ClickBank. Then in this video, I show them how to choose a product. Okay. I also give them a link here so they can click straight over to ClickBank. I then show them how to choose a product, because there's an art in choosing a product. It's not just go there and choose a product and pluck one out of the sky and say, oh, look, the commission looks good on that, I'll have that one. There's, ClickBank give you all sorts of stuff, algorithms and all that, and give you some stats. But I teach that in step 2, which is great. You might want to learn this yourself. Step 3 is I now show them how to go on to make advertisements and put those advertisements onto Facebook. But what I do in each of these videos, I'm pre-framing them about my secret weapon that I use, my secret ninja tool, I call it, okay? And I go down here. So in step 2, choosing a product. Step 3, I show them how to join groups manually. I show them how to post manually into groups and so on. And I show them it all manually. I show them how to do it manually. Then in this video is what I call in my bonus video. I say, that's not how I do it in my business, but I just wanted to show you that you can do it. You can do it that way. This video is 17 minutes long. This one's 11 minutes. This video talks about power of automation, automating your, your posts that go out onto Facebook, automating your replies. This is about the power of automation, and also about the power of stuff going viral, getting some social interaction on your posts. So I take them in this video, I tell them about the Facebook Ninja Pro, and I take them over to the Facebook Ninja Pro and I show them it in action. I show them posts and blah, blah, blah. And I also show them the Zukul traffic tool that they can buy, you know, to get traffic, to get their posts go viral. Now, I got 4 sales from this page. And at the bottom, you know, at the end of the video, I say, look, if you want to get your hands on my tool that I use, you can go and get it, the Facebook Ninja, and they're throwing in the Zukul traffic tool. You get that free. You can get that for $17.50. I got 3 sales, okay, in a week. This one here, I didn't get any sales. So I got to rethink this page, because I also give them the link to the $50 package. So I'm probably going to make 2 sales pages, this page that I've got here, which I'll let you have, and we'll split test them together. We'll split test this one, and I'll change that video that just talks about the Ninja and the Zukul traffic, and then I'll redo another one that talks about the whole package. Okay, so I'm going to let you have those. So I'm going to shut that down. Now, what I want to show you is on here. Since we introduced the Zukul traffic tool, we've been getting a lot of free members joining up, which is fantastic. You know, this number, I think about a week ago, was just under 20,000. So, you know, there's about 1,800 people that have joined Zukul in this last week. So whatever you guys are doing, it's going in the right direction, okay? So whatever you're doing, keep up the good work, and get into, you know, let's get you on this $500. We've started this a week ago, so we're a week into it. So on Mondays Hangouts, we're going to do, Ron's going to do some, you know, really cut up the training, so that it's in more digestible manner. On Fridays I'm just going to babble like I'm babbling, okay? So for those of you that follow along and get it, and the pennies drop in, great. For those of you who say, what's he talking about? I'm sorry. Mondays is going to be what we're slowing things down. Fridays is going to be at my crazy pace, okay? So we got, you know, about 1,800 people have joined Zukul in the last week, which is fantastic. Now, what did I want to show you here? Now, Facebook Ninja, if you come over to Facebook Ninja, because I'm sure you're aware, we've got Facebook Ninja and the Zukul traffic tool. So once you've set your Facebook Ninja up, I'm going to close this window out. Hopefully I've got it. Yeah. So on the Facebook Ninja, I better open another one. Sorry. Do apologise. Open that in a new tab. Come over here. Right. So on the Facebook Ninja, once you've set it all up, you've got this button here that says Post Log. So if you click on that, that brings you over to this page. Okay. So you get this, you see I've got posts going out on Jesse's account, my account, and my other account. Okay. And they rotate between all those. But this button here, so you would go over to your post. So there's one of my posts. Look, go viral on autopilot. So there's the post. This is the campaign I've just sort of set up, and this post gone, look, literally an hour ago. Now, that's great for that post. That's great. That post is sitting in a group. So let's go over to that group. Now, this post is sitting in this group. There's 38,000 people in here, but let's just have a look, okay? So now we go down. So we got the first post at the top there. When you first come into the group, no interaction whatsoever. Next post, no interaction. Third post, no interaction. You know, how far do I need to go down the screen? So how many of these people are going to get really, because they're going to get that first scenario. You remember that first scenario where I got 0 people opening my emails? This is what these people are going to get. What they're doing is they're purely just spamming in the hope that they're going to, some of it's going to stick and they're going to get some traffic. Now, if you had a post in here and you bought a few likes for it, what's going to happen? It's going to get bumped up to the top of the channel, up to the top of the group. Now, what also happens is these marketers that make these posts, they come in and see their posts. They come in and have a look. I mean, this guy here, he's made his post manually, okay? And he's pinned that to the top, actually, so that's the admin. This person here is used some little bit of software. So they're on autopilot. This one is manual. So this person actually came in here to make this post, this one here. Look, 2 minutes ago. There's no software that's posted this. Let's go down to the next one. This one's got a bit of software that's posted it. So this is automatic. So we've got one post that's gone in manually. There's another post. This one's gone manually. There's no software. You can tell if there's software because you get this extra link on the end here. You get the time and then you get this extra link. Well, the extra link is an auto poster or another platform that shared it. You know, it could be Twitter or something like that. So that's 2 manual posts. Here's another one, a 3rd manual post. Here's another one, a 4th manual post. Here's another one, a 5 manual post. And then we come down to the 6th and there's an interaction from another side. So there's 5 posts where these people have had to come in and make their post. Now, surely, do you not think that when they're looking at their posts and making sure it looks all right, and they see your post at the top of the feed because it gets bumped back up again, because every time somebody likes it and makes a comment on it, it gets bumped at the top. Do you think they're going to stop and look at it and think, well, this post is making a bit of noise? People are interested in this. Let me have a read of it. And that's what happens. That's what happened to me. I'm pointing at the board. I know you can't even see me, but that's what happened to me. Buying a few likes and comments makes my post get interaction, and that's what you want. Now, how do you get them likes and them comments? Well, if your post you want to get, I'm not saying you do all of them, pick a post that you quite like. All you do is click on this button here, get traffic. That'll take you over to the place where you buy your traffic. You obviously give it a name. You choose the category that you'd like it to sit in. And in this drop-down menu, you know, either go for geo-targeted. I wouldn't recommend going geo-targeted. There's probably not enough members in your part of the world that you want it. You know, if you want it in Afghanistan or in I don't know, in Andorra or in London, you know, in the UK, there's probably not enough members to get you that geo-target at the moment. So don't waste your money. Go the worldwide. And let's face it, your business online is for the world. So, and buying 10 likes, 70 cents. 70 cents you're going to pay to get a little bit of interaction. You don't have to go and buy hundreds. I mean, I know Kerry has bought quite a few for some of his posts. So I see quite a few interactions. And Ron's bought some, and Marusia's bought some. Ginger Davis, there's a few others that have bought them. You know, so there's a few people starting to use this tool. I use this tool all week, and I've got lots of jobs in there, and it works. It really does work. And this is a selling aid, because you can also, once you get the proof and show that you're getting this interaction on your posts, you can then say to other people, you can buy interaction for your posts, and you don't have to pay for that membership. You know, you can join free for Zukul, and you can get in and buy your posts. Okay, so let me see. Let me close that down. That's that page closed down. And what I wanted to do was come back over to the blog. So let me just do the blog again. I've got somebody outside. I don't know whether they've been locked out, but there's some banging and that going on. So I hope it doesn't disturb us. Right, so the 500 Club, okay? So, you know, you come over to blog.zukul.com, come over to the 500 Club. You've got FB Money there. That's the first course that we've got. Now, it's only been up there a week. So I'm hoping, or maybe a week and a bit, I can't remember, to be totally honest with you. We'll say 2 weeks. So you should be now getting to grips with having your rotator links and your pages built and blah, 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 and getting your ads out, going out on Facebook and on, the Google Plus and Twitter and all those other places that you can put it on. Okay. Do a bit of manual posting as well. It's always good to do a bit of manual posting, and then get yourself a little bit of interaction going on that. You know, spend 70 cents, get yourself some 10 likes. Don't have to do it for all your ads. It's not a lot of money to buy. Get some interaction going, and you'll start to see some opt-ins. You've got to get active. You've got to get active. If you're going to, you can't get up climb the winning ladder with your hands in your pockets. Okay. If you're going to have your hands in your pockets, and then you're not going to do it. Please don't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect to get different results. You want to get into this business, get into this business. You can make some serious money at this business. I'm not going to, I've got to put the disclaimer out there. I'm not going to say that everybody's going to make serious money. I'm not going to say that anybody's going to make any money. But if you want to, you can do it. You can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Believe me. Okay, so zukulblog.com. Come up to the 500 Club. Now, Ron is also on the Beginners Club. He's got some more stuff that he's working on, so that's going to get popped into here. We're going to finish the Beginners Club off, and then we're moving this out of here, and it's going into the site. And we're going to have some new stuff coming in on the Beginners Club, which is for beginners. Okay, so let me stop sharing my screen. Anyway, guys, I think I've rambled enough. It's coming up. Oh, wow, it's nearly 50 minutes. I do apologise for keeping you on a Friday, whether it be a Friday morning and you're in the parts of the world where you're just breaking into your morning or the afternoon. I do apologise for taking up your time. I'm really, really excited about what I've got coming up for you. Okay. And I want to get you to this $500. This is my mission, to get you to this $500. I'm not going to say how quick or how slow it's going to be. That's obviously down to individuals, but I don't want to move too fast and leave people behind. Okay. So, if you've got people that that are thinking about joining Zukul, get them into this free training. They can join, they don't have to pay. They can join. But, for $50, what can you get for $50 nowadays? I don't know. I don't think you can get a lot. What's it, about £35? I can't even go to the pub on that, to be honest. Anyway, so if you're not in Zukul, then you've got to be mad. Get into Zukul. And I want to thank you all for spending this hour with me on this Hangout. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making it. I've got some fantastic stuff coming up for you moving forward. I'm really, really excited where we are now. I think we're in such a brilliant position. We've spent the last 9 months developing Zukul. The development really is, we're just tweaking and obviously fixing any bugs that we come across when they arise. But we get tickets now, 1 or 2 a day, which is out of 20,000 members. I think it's quite amazing. So we always try to answer the tickets as quickly as possible. We've got a support team that do all that. We've got our programmers. Our programmers are sort of taking a bit of a relaxing time, because now we're reevaluating, and I want to spend time now, because I spent the last 9 months marketing this baby, and now it's time for me to step up to the line. And I hope you're going to step up with me, and we're going to do this together. I think it's going to be a fantastic journey. I think we're going to look back in 6 months' time, and we're going to say, wow. I'm going to look forward to you all buying me a cup of tea or a coffee or a glass of water or not a Coca-Cola. I don't like it. And whatever it is you want to buy me a drink, I'll buy you one back. And I'll see you in the next Hangout, which is going to be Monday. I'll set that up. So it'll definitely be Monday. I'll set that up probably over the weekend, but keep an eye on your inbox. Thank you for being with me. And please, don't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results. If you want to change your tomorrow, you must do something different today. If you carry on doing what you did today, exactly what you did yesterday, then tomorrow you're going to have what you've got now. So if you want to change what you've got now, do something different. With that, have a good evening, a good afternoon, a good morning, a good day, depending on what part of the world you're in. My name's Jeremy Rush, and thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next Hangout. Bye now.